This is the last one, chat. Last one. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Hopefully everything is working out just fine for you. Hopefully everything's okay. Everything is doing well. Some odd reason I think I know why, but we're not going to get into all of that right now. Yeah, it kind of seems like I am a little bit doing like 20, 15, 20, 25 frames per second instead of the normal. I don't know why that. Oh, frame looks decent, so I guess it's not too bad, huh? How's everyone doing today? What about them bowl games yesterday? Tennessee whooped that ass, didn't they? Tennessee whooped that ass. Congratulations to Michigan. Congratulations to Washington. Both of them will be in the championship game. Alabama lost in overtime. And the Washington game wasn't too bad either. Of course, Georgia beat FSU, and I had this debate last night with Jeff. He's a streamer. He streams over at Jeff in AZ81. Go check him out. He streams on multiple platforms. He also posts over on TikTok very regularly. But this is, his take was, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Everyone's entitled to how they think and how they feel. And this is my opinion. This is how I feel about it. I do feel like that well, he said that Alabama shouldn't have went in, or that not Alabama, but Georgia shouldn't have gone to the playoff, and I completely disagree with that. I disagree with that statement the entire time. He was like, if they really wanted it, then they should have beat Alabama. And that's true. But in my view, this is how it is. TCU last year, their only loss was to a conference opponent in a championship game. Yet they didn't hold that against them. Georgia's only loss was to a conference opponent in a championship game, and they were number one. They were seeded number one the entire, if I'm not mistaken, during all of the committee's rankings, yet they dropped significantly. And they threw Alabama in there. Now, everyone's allowed one bad game. Tennessee's had bunches. The problem that I have, and I know that a lot of this is going to get corrected next year. Do I think that it needs to get corrected next year? No, it should have been corrected a long time ago. Should have been already corrected. But here's my issue with all of it. You're going to drop the top ranking seed, so far out of contendership for, like, there was never a chance at that point. Once they lost to Alabama, there was no other games to be had. There wasn't another way to get into the playoffs. I also have the same feeling for Michigan / Ohio, because they're both part of the same conference. They are both powerhouses of said conference, but they will never, both teams, go undefeated because they face each other. And we've saw it for the past 2 years. Both teams, I believe, for the past 2 years were undefeated until they faced each other. And it's the last game of the regular season. That being said, how do you fix this issue? Introduce 12-team playoff. But before that, we need to acknowledge the elephant in the room, that this entire thing has been broken from the get-go. Should Florida have been in that, it should have been in Alabama's spot. Alabama held in there. Took Michigan to overtime. Michigan stopped a 4th down conversion. Florida got stopped. I think they only put up 3 points. I think that was it. Only 3 points to Georgia. Georgia just wore their asses out. And this goes back to what I was saying the other day. How you had Florida didn't show up. Florida didn't show up for that game. You had so many people that was not just injured, but opted out of that bowl. I mean, what's the point on the bowl matches if it doesn't lead to anything? And this is the reason why I think that you want a scholarship for our school. If you want your diploma, your degree from our school, we are giving you basically a full ride scholarship. For the most part, there's some, I would say that there's some on that team that doesn't get that scholarship. If you're going to start paying the players, you need to make them sign a contract. You need to treat this like you would some sort of job, in my opinion. And be like, you're obligated. You're obligated to play these bowl games unless you're hurt. Just like any other job. Just like any other profession. I could easily get hurt and I have a small little cool down period, or not small, but depending on the status of the injury, I could get hurt at my job, but I still have to come back to work unless it's to the point that I can no longer work, and then I get paid workers' comp. This is where we need, this is, in my opinion, this is what we need. This is where we need to just go ahead and be like, listen, we're paying you money. We're paying you money because we're using your likeness. I mean, let's face it. Hendon Hooker was the face 2 years ago, or last year, 2022. Basically, Hooker was the face for the Vols. You can't get around it. I mean, you can't get around that. You can't get around people graduate, or, going towards players. You can't get away from that. You can't get away from that type of mindset where people think of a player being the face of the brand. College football, your programs are brands. Simple as that. If you're going to have these players be a part of your program, going to have these high profile players make these amazing plays, bring your program into a spotlight that it previously wasn't. You need to pay them. I've always been about that. You need to pay them. But with that, and then you can say, oh, well, we are paying them by free education. I'm sorry. When was the last time in the past 10 years that anyone has been able to get a degree that wasn't a doctor, that wasn't a lawyer, even some lawyers, but for the most part, who wasn't a doctor, who wasn't a lawyer, been able to pay off said degree in a amount of time that now they can live comfortably at a job and not have to struggle about bills? A lot of these players, their degrees aren't in fields that are going to make them a crap load of money if the NFL don't work out, if the NBA doesn't work out, if MLB don't work out. So they need, so your thing is, oh, our tuitions are da 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 da, and they're getting a free tuition and board and room da da da. That's all nice and dandy. Your damn tuitions are that's a whole different ball game. That's a whole different ball game. Tuitions are overly expensive, and that's a whole different discussion that we can have some other time. Problem is, the issue is right now is that you are paying a crap ton of money. Not only are you paying a crap ton of money for these students to come to your school via paid scholarships, but you're giving them all these opportunities that they wouldn't have unless they were decent athletes. But you're going to allow these decent athletes to opt out in a bowl game that's going to give you a crap load of money. They got you to that point. Granted, not every bowl game's the same. Not every bowl game means as much as the next. And unless it's for the championship, a lot of these players just opt out. They don't play. And that is where the issue is. You should be obligated to play the entirety of that season, including your bowl game. Simple. Make them obligated to do so. Don't allow them to graduate without that obligation. That's just common practice. That's just how I see it. All right, now, that being said, I need to figure out what the hell is going on here. I don't know what happened with that right there at all, but all right. We're gonna see if hopefully that did save, because that was a nice little rant. I mean, I could always go back and clip it, but yeah, it did. Good. It did save. It did save. Hopefully it saved like it was supposed to. All right, so what are we going to do today, folks? We are going to play us some... We're going to play some COD for a little bit. We might play this game that I started playing last night. Amazing game, actually. It's a roguelike game, very much like Death Must Die. It's called 20 Minutes Till Dawn. I played like one little thing of that. I wouldn't mind playing it again, just to get the feel of it. We might do a little bit of Pimp House, just to get some stuff going around with Pimp House. So yeah, that is, and I don't know how, I don't plan on streaming too obviously late. So for those that don't know, I actually do go back to work tomorrow. So there will be no more stream Wednesday or Thursday. It will be a stream again on Friday, unless something happens at work and I'm not able to come in stream. Hopefully Christmas tree will be out of here, but then I've been meaning to take it down. It's just haven't had the desire to do so, honestly. And the schedule, the upcoming schedule, let me pull this up. The upcoming schedule for at least for this month. Now I do it on a 24 instant, so about close to a year, if you will. Ordeal. Let me see if I can pull up the event. So the event for the stream, let's see here. I don't know if I can just bring that over. I don't want to just bring that over. So Friday, Saturday, I might, right now the events show that there will, or not Saturday, but Friday and Sunday. Now the events do show that there's supposed to be new House Hunters scheduled for noon on YouTube on the Final Fantasy House Hunters channel. That is not happening. That has not been, honestly, it hasn't been recorded yet. I'm not going to lie. Hasn't been recorded yet. We've been busy. Christmas, going on yards. Haven't had time to. So we're going to try to get, we're going to try to get one up before the end of January. So just be on the lookout for that. So that's going to happen. But, and then Sunday, like I said, Sunday's going to be a stream. Sunday is going to be the last stream for that week. Then we'll follow it back up with a stream on the 15th, 16th, 19th, 21st. And another one, 29th, 30th. And then we'll go into February, March, April. And like I said, some of this stuff, so as of right now, April is how far the calendar actually does go. But yeah, you could all find this over there at www.rockroberts.com, and that is the Gilded server. It'll be under events for underneath channels. I did put a and I might change this. Under the overview, I posted an update, but I might change this to updates. But I did put, what the plan is going into 2024. With my personal goals and also the goals that I have for the stream. That being said, let's go ahead and let's get into, now this is also a test. I am going to be saying that this is a test. Or warning everybody that this is a test. I am running a new bit. I'm running a new plugin, and the plugin is for the plugin is for me to be able to. All right, so it looks really good over there. I don't know. I don't understand that. Because, the plugin is to be able to create my own clips just by a touch of a button, ready for TikTok, ready for YouTube Shorts, ready to post on Twitter. And then I didn't know this until I talked to Jeff. This is where Jeff's expertise really helped. It really helped me wrap some of this stuff in together, because he was the one that told me about this plugin. What it allows me to do is it allows me to make a vertical splice, basically. Vertical splice of the stream. It allows me to have everything where I need it to. So what I have to do on my touch portal is press clip. And what that does is it automatically clips that for me on as far as saving the saving that segment of what I'm talking about. Now what I'm also going to do, because I haven't done it, is I am going to see all right. Now, what this is supposed to do is I don't know if it's set up correctly. Hopefully it is. That disables it, enables it, apply stuff. Save and close. Alright, so we are going to hopefully get some good clips. I don't know why that's up there. That should not be up there on my little thing. Let me take that off there because it is bugging the living crap out of me. Delete button. Delete that button. Alright. Alright folks, let's go ahead and let's get into some COD real fast. We're going to do some resurgence. Like I said, we're going to be testing some stuff out with this. I don't know how well it's going to work. I don't know how good it's going to work. I don't know if it's going to stop my frames. I did some tests last night with it by just pressing the button. Everything seemed to work with OBS up. OBS was not running, but it was up. So we're going to see how well that does going into all of this. So that being said, let's go ahead and let's... All right. I hate wires. Absolutely hate wires. Sometimes you need wires. Plug in shit. And I hate it. Absolutely hate it. Can't stand it. Alright, so controller's not disconnected, it is connected. Alright. Alright chat, we're gonna try, like I said before, we are going to see what we can do with this. Hopefully we can, I doubt we'll get it up. I don't play enough Warzone, I don't play enough of anything to really do anything. Now I'm already seeing that my frames are dropping. They are dropping. Alright, now they're going back up. They're 65, 70. Alright. So hopefully my frames will even out. I can at least get about 70, 75 frames. I'm happy with 60. Anything below 60 I cannot do. It just sucks. All right, here we go, guys. Now, the way that this is supposed to work out is that I'm supposed to be able to press this button and bada bing, it creates my clip. Now for me,
Gear up fast, we're about to get evil.
for me, it's supposed to make things a little bit easier for me.
Enemy soldier incoming.
I could have sworn that I had that guy. See, I'm doing like 30 frames per second, which I am not a fan of.
Enemies dropping into the AO. All stations, this is Shadow 01. Deployment to the war zone has been authorized. Resurgence. Survive the timer to secure redeployment. Earn points to speed up the countdown. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
That was bullshit.
You're
That was
back on
absolute.
station. Go get
That was
after it.
absolute bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. That should not have happened by no means. There's too many people here.
This intel reveals the location of the next gas spread. Get it to the uplink station marked on your TAC map for decryption before it's too late.
How dumb are they? That's what I was trying to say. Hey, bet, eh? For a lap, say, it goes black. Check it. Check the trap, eh? Wow, that's a beaut.
I don't know how that happened.
Get ready. You're redeploying.
Whatever, I'm not even gonna try that. Go over here. Some bullshit, honestly. I mean, I am only doing like 30, 40 frames, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is.
drop headed your way.
Lodi.
Exploit contract phones to reroute cash payments.
I have no idea how we get underneath there. All right, here. Trying not to get over there or get killed.
Contract time is limited. Hack those phones.
Here we go.
You've hacked all available phones in the area. Contract complete. Gas is moving.
Need a gas mask.
Enemy destroyed. Use your TAC map to hunt down the rest of them. Kill confirmed. We located the rest of them.
So I can't have any more. I only have one. That's bullshit. There he goes. Shit.
Fire sale active. Buy station prices have been reduced. Resurgence window is ending. Watch your 6. Fire sale's over. Adjusting prices. Gas is closing in.
See if we can. Hey, what mode you playing? I'm playing Resurgence.
Resurgence has closed. No more second chances.
Hate this
25
crap.
are still active in the AO.
Oh yeah, they've had him doing the Slim Jim for a hot minute now. It's great. There's like really nowhere to go. Shit, biscuits. And that's how we
25
lose.
remained.
How we lose.
They hit us hard that time.
Really?
Let's regroup and get back out there, yep?
I came in right at the wrong moment. Right at the wrong moment I came in there. It is what it is. It sucked.
10 remain. You're almost done.
Ah. That sucked. That sucked a lot. Like I said, I don't know how long I will be streaming today. So, Glacial, how about the Alabama? How about them that Roll Tide? Knew it was happening. Did you really know? Did you know that they was gonna lose like that in overtime? Now, overall, it wasn't. I'm not too upset about it. You know, I mean, it is what it was. You know, I can't. I'm not mad. I'm not mad because I wanted them to lose. It just sucks that an SEC champion or SEC. Yeah, I wanted it to happen also just to prove the point. I wanted them to get beat worse than they did though. Oh no, it didn't save it. Did not save it. That sucks. I gotta fix. They shouldn't have been in the playoff. They shouldn't have. And I said that earlier. I said that earlier that they should not have been in the playoffs to begin with. That they should not have even come close to it. And I think what they did as what the committee did and how they snuffed out Georgia and how Georgia displayed just about total dominance over FSU really put in perspective, hey, this is a team worth this is a team worth their salt, their weight in salt. They should have been in the playoffs to begin with. They shouldn't have been bumped out. And how they got bumped out, I would never. I don't know. That's just me. I don't think they should have been. I think that they should have been. I think they should have not been in at all. I think they should have been. It shouldn't have been the way that it went. I think it should have been Georgia. I think Georgia would have had a better shot at beating Michigan. I'm happy that Michigan beat them. I'm happy that Michigan did what they set out to do. I'm happy for Washington. I think Washington deserved to be in it more than Texas. That being said, Texas will be, of course, in the SEC next year, if I'm not mistaken. So, Bama didn't really play that great this year. No, they didn't. They didn't play that great at all. And this is what me and a buddy of mine was talking about. He didn't agree with me. He didn't agree that Georgia should have been in it. He thought that if Georgia wanted to be in it, they should have beat Alabama. This is what I said at the start of the stream. You're allowed to have a bad game. You're allowed to have a bad matchup. But it should not. Your playoffs should not come at the expense of, well, the only reason why you won is or the only reason why you're not in it is because you lost your championship game. No. They didn't. TCU was held to a different standard last year. Georgia was number one all throughout the entire season. They lose one game. They lose one game to a top 10. Georgia was number 8 to a top 10 SEC team. The only loss that Georgia had was Alabama. The only loss that Alabama had was to an outside conference team. So why are things different? Why were things different? That is my say on that. Why were things different with that? You know, and it sucks. It does. It sucks a lot. But I mean, it is what it is. Don't think Bama should have been in it. I don't think Bama deserved to be in it. I think Georgia most definitely deserved to be in it. I think by the way that we saw Tennessee play, Tennessee deserved to be in a better bowl than they were in. They should have been ranked better. The committee had it out against Tennessee since the beginning of the season. We were winning. Tennessee was winning, and we were still getting dropped in rankings. Why? Why were you pushing us that far back? You know, yes, we should have beat Florida. Yes, we should have beat Missouri. Yeah, we should have beaten Alabama. We rung up the fucking. We should have beat Alabama. I don't know what happened. I still want to say it was the ref's fault. But at the same time, you had the last two quarters, the last half, Tennessee didn't score on Bama. What happened there? Was that a Tennessee thing? I don't know. But everything was put in place for Bama to go to the national championship. And we really saw that when Texas beat Bama and Texas started getting more and more and more like the favorite. And this is, Jeff said this, and I 100% agree with this. The committee wanted the rematch between Alabama and Texas. They wanted it. Now, granted, they could not put that rematch in the semi. They couldn't. They weren't going to. They said that last year, that they're not going to have a rematch of a regular season game in the semi. They won't rank them that way. That's the reason why TCU was ranked the way that TCU was. That's the reason why Ohio and Michigan was ranked the way that they were. I'm talking about all of last year. Why they were ranked the way that they were ranked last year was because they didn't want that rematch in the first round of the playoffs, which it's not even really playoffs, really. It's just not a playoff. I'm sorry. I will always sit there and I will always say, yes, the better team should win. The better team will win. And this is I'm going to take a page out of the book. I'm going to take a page out of a playbook here, and I'm actually going to look at a different sport. It's not even a different sport, just different league, if you will, NFL. For them to call that, for a ref to get it so wrong, says no, he did not tell me that he was eligible. When There was proof, physical video proof that that actually happened and that ref lied. And all them refs now got demoted for it. The point of the matter is that game happened. That game finished. And Cowboys now have a loss. I think Cowboys, I don't know if that dropped them in seed or not. I think it did. And that's because of a bad ref. That is a bad call on the ref. From the ref. It's not a missed call. It was a bad call. It was a bad call and then a ref lied about it. Who's to say that this crap doesn't happen in college football? Who's to say that there wasn't a lot of money involved in that also? I'd venture to say that there was. I'd venture to say that there's a lot of money in all of sports. Too much money in sports. And I'm not talking about what we pay the freaking athletes. I think there's too much betting and too much gambling in sports. And that's the reason why we get stupid crap that we get now. That's the reason why we get stupid crap that we get now is because of the freaking money from the gambling sites that is involved in sports. And that's the reason why we have so many bad refereeing jobs out there. Or at least it seems like they're just quote unquote bad refereeing jobs. And I can say that because guess what? I'm not an athlete. So you cannot freaking find me for it. That's just how I see it. Agree or disagree, I don't care. But I believe that there's way too much money. In sports, I believe that there's... Not only is there way too much money in sports, I think that there's way too much... behind the scene politics. Way too much behind the scene politics in sports. But you don't just see that in sports, you see that across the board in everything. Any everyday life, there's too much money in politics, and there's always a power struggle. There always will be. There's so many people that want to like say, oh, look at the animal kingdom, you know, that's the reason why, you know, this happened behind the scenes. Insanity. No, I mean, for so many people, you know what? Hold on one second. I'm hungry. I'm going to eat some peach rings. For so many people say, hey, this happens in the animal kingdom, so it's natural. Oh, a class system isn't natural. The fuck it's not. I'm sorry, but a class system happens in the animal kingdom on a daily basis. Now, it might not be set up the exact same way in every single species, but it's there. Not only that, but you have rows in species. Lions, for instance. The females are the ones that go out and hunt. They're the ones that go out and hunt and they bring in the food. Whereas the males guard the pack. You know, very similar to some other animals, you know, but how can they tell who is going to do what? They fight each other. I'd say the only ones that are not like that are the species that have a mind, that have a hive mindset. For instance, bees. Bees have one queen. No kings, just a queen. Now, once the queen's been established, you know, I'm not 100% sure how this works, but all the other bees are now given roles. They're all given their own jobs. Bees are probably one of the, like I said, it's a hive mindset. Ants, I think, are very similar in that aspect. They are born to be a certain way, to fall within a certain class, if you will. The thing with politics, the whole purpose of politics is for people that can't physically defend themselves. Archer. Wait till you get Bard. Bard is amazing. I love Bard. The thing about politics is for people that can't physically defend themselves and they can't physically overthrow somebody, so they have to do it behind the scenes by getting other people to do it for them. Politics, man. Politics. You know, you don't need to have politics for diplomacy. You really don't. Politics, you don't need two people to sit down. You don't need politics for two people to sit down and decide, hey, this is what's good for everything. You don't need that. You don't need politics for that. Everyone's always trying to get something out of everything instead of just realizing it was the right thing to do. Simple as that. But we're not going to get into a politic debate. We're not going to get into any of that crap right now. We're going to get back in some more COD. I'm glad hopefully you're enjoying Archer. I got mine up to 30 so I could unlock Bard, so I can do the musical instruments, so I can make my own songs. Well, not make my own songs, play songs in Final Fantasy. I thought it was amazing when I was able to do it, and I want to do it again. I might play a little bit later, not today though, or not on stream. So, so let's get back into it. And play some more odd, shall we? All right, here we go. All right. I would love for I'd like to see the entire committee taken out. Honestly, take the whole committee out on college football. Also, one of my goals for the new year is to drink more water. That is what I'm hoping for. Oh, I might help by per se. But I'm a dumbass, so I didn't do that. I'm a dumbass, chat. Alright, folks, we are currently sitting at 252 followers. We are trying to get 260. Hopefully we can get that 260. Hopefully we can get that by the end of the month. We just need 8 more people. to go out there and fucking shield the hell out of this train and get those people in here. Hopefully as well, I haven't talked to him, but hopefully Beast will be back in the next few weeks. And and like I said, hopefully he will be back with everything. But we'll see. All right.
Enemy soldier incoming. We're headed for the wall. Stand back.
Dead.
Something that I do not like about
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
I honestly feel like this game is very much pay to win now because of the skins. Not only the skins, but the blueprints. The way that they have them set up, I think they have them set up for meta purposes now. So it's more like, hey,
Prep time's over. Now you deploy to the war zone.
oh shit, pisses me off.
Survive the countdown to earn redeployment. Secure kills to speed up the
No,
timer.
I might boot up some oh shit, that bitch threw me the hell off. I might boot up some Fortnite too. I was playing some Fortnite last night. Kind of what I was testing this on. Ow.
Hack available contract phones to divert payments. Enemies dropping into the AO.
If
Contract time's limited. Activate hacks. Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your tac map. Get hunting. You got gas moving in.
Come on, come on, come on.
Job's done. All available contracts hacked. Friendly loadout drops on the way.
Probably a dumb move.
The enemy network. Locate their uplink stations and download their intel before they lock us out. Target down. Marking the rest of them.
Ah, damn, dude. They got me. They got me.
Kill confirmed, and we located the rest of them.
All right.
Stand by for redeployment.
Not good. Get in, get out, get in, get out, get in, get out.
Enemy soldier incoming. You're losing ground. Move it.
Hmm. I had no health.
We are
That was
returning you to the
stupid.
front.
That was stupid. I had
Marked
absolutely
remaining
no health.
operators from that squad. Hunt them down. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
All right.
secured their network. It's over. Fire sale is active. Buy station prices are adjusted. Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your tac map. Go get hunting. Get ready, resurgence window is about to close. You made the top 25, well done. Fire sale's done, prices are back to normal. Gas is closing in. Kill confirmed. We located the rest of them. Be
The question is,
advised,
how did
resurgence is
that
no longer
happen?
active. This is for keeps. Resurging. Go get your revenge. Supply crates are restocked. Advise you load up now.
Marking buy station.
A ver si le quitamos la placa a esta.
You got a loadout drop inbound. You're in the top 10. Keep knocking them out. Gas moving in. Only 10 were left. Failure ain't fatal. It's just an
Nah.
opportunity to do better.
That sucked. That sucked. Play again.
You made it to the top 5.
All right, 1 second. All right, chat. Actually, I'm gonna have to go. Something just came up, and I will see y'all when I get a chance to. I'm not gonna do a streaming or anything like that. I gotta go. Something just came up. Anyways, don't worry, everything's okay. Just a little something. I will talk to each and every single one of you fine, beautiful